Hi, I'm Kristen Robison, an occupational therapist specializing in helping people better understand the why behind behaviors. When we gain insight into the reasons behind a child's behavior, whether at home or at school, it paves the way for more effective support and stronger, more meaningful connections. This video will introduce you to key concepts that can make a difference in a child's life, especially when they're struggling with behaviors that aren't working for them. My website has more information and videos that can help you see behavior in a new light. And I've also written two books, one for parents and one for educators. And they offer practical strategies and tools to use in moments when finding success is kind of tricky. So check these resources out as well. So if your current approach is not yielding the results you want, I invite you to explore a new path, one that fosters engagement, growth, and self-discovery, leading to greater independence and more joyful moments for the children in your life. Behavior is everything. It's a window into a person's inner world, showing how they feel and offering valuable cues for how we can respond or adapt. When we shift our perspective on behavior, we may uncover new explanations that reshape our approach. Understanding the why behind a child's behavior transforms how we engage with them, and this deeper level engagement influences the strategies that we use to help them find success. This new perspective, paired with the right tools, can boost self awareness, cultivate a positive social environment, and promote growth. This creates a ripple effect, fostering both personal development and a more positive social climate. The key takeaway is this: when we shift our perspective, we can guide a child towards greater self awareness and equip them with more effective tools, making learning, relationships, and everyday life a little bit easier. Is there a child in your life whose behavior affects your everyday? Have you found it challenging to discover an effective way to support them? If so, hang tight because I've got some information to share with you that just might be what you're looking for. Take a moment to look at this little boy. How does this picture of emotion make you feel? The key here is to focus on how you're interpreting this behavior. What assumptions are you making about what might have happened? Are you already thinking about how you could handle the situation? Imagine walking into a room full of children and this child is the first one you notice. How are you going to respond? Now compare your interpretation of this behavior. How are you feeling when you see this display? If this little girl were in the same room as the boy we just saw, who would you instinctively view as the victim? Which child would you feel compelled to help first? How would you respond to this little girl, and how might it compare to your engagement with the little boy? I'm showing you these two children to highlight how easily our initial assumptions are shaped by behavioral appearances. These two kids have wiring differences that affect how they're responding to the stress of this moment. So we really have to understand the wiring to better see why each child is responding as they do. And it isn't necessarily going to align with the situation they are in. Our interpretations are influenced by our own experiences, our wiring, and the lens through which we see the world. To provide effective support in these situations, we have to first recognize how these factors shape our understanding, perspective, and responses. But what if I gave you some context about what had just happened? This is information we sometimes are not privy to, but it can completely change how you view the situation and how you would want to respond. For instance, what if I told you that the little girl just wanted to play? She approached the boy with a toy, invited him to join her, but instead he grabbed the toy and punched her in the stomach. Would that shift your perspective? Of course it would. Without that context, we see only the emotional reaction in front of us, which might be completely inaccurate. Humans have an innate ability to read behavior, and this can be helpful because we can tap into empathy and compassion, but it can also distort our understanding, leading us to respond based on surface level assumptions. And it's hard to support behavior when we have inaccurate information. Reading behavior shapes our expectations by providing insight into a child's feelings. Equally important, it influences how we respond to them. If our response is based solely on emotional cues like crying or anger, it directly affects the outcome. How we interpret the behavior and the response we offer plays a critical role in whether a child can navigate the situation successfully, learn from it, or develop strategies to recover or adapt. Another crucial factor that impacts the outcome and our engagement is our emotional energy as the adult. Children look to us for emotional stability to help them regulate. If we don't pause to reflect on what's really going on, take a deep breath, and respond with empathy and openness, we may miss a vital opportunity to support them effectively. And when our responses don't align with a child's developmental or sensory needs, we risk escalating the situation rather than improving it. Behavior won't change for the better if children are met with consequences that fail to address what's really going on or their emotional needs. Again, our perspective directly impacts the outcome. There are three essential areas to understanding and managing behavior that we use here. When we recognize what's driving a child's response, we're better equipped to engage with them effectively and choose strategies and tools that foster growth and success. The first area we look at is nervous system function. Every child has unique wiring, which is their natural personality or their inherent qualities. And while we can't change this wiring, we can better understand it to support engagement. Another critical aspect is nervous system thresholds. These are influenced by changes in the environment that we can make, sensory supports, and specific strategies that help children feel more regulated and in control. The next area is sensory processing because this shapes how a child interprets and responds to sensory input from their body and the world around them. When sensory needs are supported, children are more likely to feel safe, comfortable, focused, and ready to engage or learn. Addressing sensory processing is key to helping children feel balanced and capable in their environment. And the last area we really look at is executive functioning. These brain-based skills support a child's ability to plan, organize, manage impulses, and respond appropriately. Since children develop these skills at different rates, their behavior isn't always going to match the expectations. By supporting executive functioning through coaching, routines, and tools, we can set children up for greater success. So I hope you'll join me for more. As a member, you'll gain access to essential information about the key areas that we focus on when assessing and understanding a child's behavioral responses, as well as a range of tools and strategies that can really make a difference. Thank you for being a vital part of a child's life. When our usual approaches to behavior aren't working, it's essential to step back, shift our perspective, and explore new ways to support them. Our children are our greatest asset, and whether you're a parent, educator, or someone supporting a child who's struggling, the relationship that you build with them has the power to create lasting change. Together, we can make a meaningful difference in their lives. I look forward to seeing you.